From sleeping on a basement floor to secretly being the mastermind behind your favorite hits. And yes, marrying Selena Gomez. This is the unbelievable life story of Benny Blanco. But before we dive into his mansions, hit singles, and shocking lifestyle, let's rewind to where it all began. Benjamin Joseph Levin, better known as Benny Blanco, was born on March 8, 1988, in Reston, Virginia. Now here is where it gets interesting. Most kids his age were trading Pokemon cards or playing video games, but Benny? He was locked away in his bedroom experimenting with beats on a cheap little recorder. By age 6, he was already obsessed with music. By 13, he was sneaking into studios, begging anyone who would let him watch how real tracks were made. Pause and guess. Which hip-hop legend gave Benny his very first big break? You might be thinking Dr. Dre, Pharrell, maybe even Kanye. The real answer? It was producer Disco D, who noticed young Benny's raw talent and helped bring him into the music world. That connection would change everything. But Benny's story wasn't just about talent. It was about relentless hustle. In high school, while most kids were worried about prom, Benny was burning CDs with his own beats and passing them around like gold. His dream wasn't just to make music. It was to shape the entire industry from behind the scenes. And here's a shocking trivia line. Before he ever worked with Selena Gomez, before Ed Sheeran, before Justin Bieber, Benny was writing hooks for hip-hop mixtapes that almost no one knew he created. Imagine being the ghostwriter behind the songs blasting on the radio while nobody even knew your name. Career beginnings and breakthrough. By the time Benny hit his late teens, he wasn't just making beats in his bedroom anymore, he was hustling his way into real studios. And here's where the story takes a major turn. Benny Blanco caught the attention of two absolute icons, Dr. Luke and Max Martin. If you know pop music, you know these names. They're the architects behind some of the biggest global hits. He was about to learn from the best. Pause and guess. What was the first major hit that put Benny Blanco on the map? Was it Katy Perry's Teenage Dream? Was it Kesha's TikTok? Or maybe Justin Bieber's Love Yourself? If you guessed TikTok, you're right. That 2009 anthem was co-written and co-produced by none other than Benny Blanco. The song didn't just blow up. It became one of the most iconic tracks of the decade, selling over 12 million copies worldwide. That was Benny's breakout moment. But he didn't stop there. Oh no, Benny Blanco was about to dominate the charts. Working with Katy Perry, he co-created smashes like Teenage Dream and California Girls, songs that didn't just top the Billboard Hot 100, they defined an entire era of pop. Here's a shocking trivia fact. By the time Benny was just 22 years old, he had already been part of more #1 singles than most artists achieve in their entire careers. Think about that, barely old enough to rent a car and already rewriting the music industry's rulebook. And then came the Justin Bieber era. Benny co-wrote and produced Love Yourself, which became a global phenomenon, topping charts in over 20 countries and earning Grammy nominations. Suddenly, Benny wasn't just the guy behind the hits, he was the hitmaker. From Maroon 5's Moves Like Jagger to Rihanna's Diamonds, Benny's fingerprints were everywhere. The craziest part? Most people singing along to these songs had no idea who was responsible. Benny was the hidden genius behind the soundtrack of a generation. Personal life. For years, Benny Blanco stayed hidden behind the spotlight. He wasn't the guy making tabloid headlines, he was the genius making the hits. But then, out of nowhere, Benny's love life started making more noise than his music. Let's rewind a little. Benny was known as Hollywood's mystery producer. He had friendships across the industry, from Kanye West to Ed Sheeran, but romance? That was always kept quiet. Until Selena Gomez. Pause and guess. When did Benny and Selena first spark rumors of being together? Was it in 2018, 2020, or 2023? If you guessed 2023, you're correct. Fans went wild when Selena confirmed her relationship with Benny on Instagram. At first, it shocked everyone. After all, Selena Gomez is one of the most followed women on social media, a global icon, and the queen of millions of hearts. And Benny? The low-key, quirky producer who preferred sweatpants to red carpets. It was the ultimate opposites attract love story. But the love was real. And in 2025, the bombshell dropped. Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez got married in an intimate but star-studded ceremony. Imagine this, two industries colliding, the music world as biggest hitmaker, and one of Hollywood's most beloved stars tying the knot. Here's a shocking trivia fact. Sources say that instead of a typical diamond ring, Benny designed Selena's engagement ring himself, making it a one-of-a-kind piece worth nearly $1 million. That's not just romance, that's history. Selena has called Benny the best thing that ever happened to me, and Benny himself has said he feels like the luckiest man alive. Their relationship instantly became a headline magnet, and now, with marriage, they're basically Hollywood royalty. But Benny's personal life isn't just about romance. He is also known for his quirky personality, like the fact that he once admitted he eats pizza every single day, or that he decorates his house with eccentric art pieces that look like they belong in a museum. His friends often describe him as the weird genius, and that weirdness has only made fans love him more. From an unknown producer in Virginia to the husband of Selena Gomez, Benny Blanco's personal life is proof that sometimes reality is better than any fairy tale. Lifestyle and luxury. Now, when you think of celebrity luxury, you might picture private jets, Lamborghinis, and diamond chains. But Benny Blanco's lifestyle? It's a mix of super rich meets super quirky. First up, the mansions. Benny owns a jaw-dropping home in Los Angeles, worth nearly $9 million. And this isn't just any Hollywood mansion, it's a playground. Think recording studios hidden inside, walls filled with rare art pieces, and a kitchen where, get this, Benny literally hosts his own cooking videos. That's right, the hitmaker is just as famous in foodie circles for whipping up wild dishes as he is for creating chart-topping bangers. Pause and guess. What's Benny's most unusual luxury purchase? A diamond watch, a life-size SpongeBob statue, or a custom bed worth 6 figures? Cars? Benny's collection isn't about flashy Lambos. He's been spotted with Teslas and vintage rides, but unlike rappers who flex their garages, Benny prefers comfort over clout. But when it comes to spending big, he doesn't hold back, like once dropping millions on art pieces that most people wouldn't even understand. And let's not forget travel. Private jets? Absolutely. He's flown with stars like Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber on luxury charters, living the high life at 30,000 feet. Vacations? Benny's been spotted chilling in Italy, New York penthouses, and luxury resorts across the globe. But here's the twist. Benny still dresses like your average guy in sweatpants and hoodies, even while living in a multi-million-dollar mansion. That's his signature move. Shocking trivia. Despite being worth hundreds of millions, Benny once admitted he still loves eating at McDonald's, and even prefers it over fancy Michelin star restaurants. Imagine pulling up in a luxury SUV worth more than some people's houses just to grab a Big Mac. That's Benny. So, when you combine chart-topping hits, million-dollar mansions, quirky art, and his foodie lifestyle, you get the picture. Benny Blanco is living rich, but on his own weird, wonderful terms. Net worth and business ventures. So how rich is the man behind the music? Get ready, because Benny Blanco's net worth will shock you. Pause and guess. Is Benny Blanco worth $50 million, $100 million, or over $150 million? The real answer, Benny's estimated net worth in 2025 is around $120 million and climbing fast. Now here's the breakdown. The bulk of his fortune comes from songwriting and producing royalties. Remember, every time Love Yourself, TikTok, or Moves Like Jagger gets played on the radio, on Spotify, or in a movie, Benny gets paid. And with over 500 million records sold worldwide, those checks aren't just big, they're massive. But Benny isn't just stacking cash from music. He's also an investor. He's put money into tech startups, media companies, and even the food industry. Fun fact, Benny has quietly backed several food ventures, including trendy restaurants in Los Angeles, tying back to his passion for cooking. He also makes money as a solo artist now. Tracks like East Side and his collaborations with global stars brought streaming revenue that boosted his fortune even higher. On YouTube alone, his videos rack up hundreds of millions of views, each one generating more passive income. And let's not forget publishing. Benny Blanco has one of the most powerful publishing catalogs in pop music today. That means he doesn't just make money from the songs he wrote. He owns rights that keep paying him for decades. Here is a shocking trivia line. Some insiders say Benny actually turned down offers to sell his catalog for over $300 million. Why? Because he knows the long-term royalties are worth even more. That's not just smart business, that's empire-level thinking. So whether it's royalties, investments, or his own music, Benny Blanco's fortune proves he is not just a hitmaker, he as a businessman building a lasting legacy. And there you have it. The untold story of Benny Blanco, the hitmaker turned superstar who went from a teenager obsessed with beats to one of the most powerful forces in music. From his humble beginnings in Virginia, to shaping the careers of the world's biggest artists, to marrying Selena Gomez, and building an empire worth over $120 million. Benny's journey is proof that staying behind the scenes can sometimes make you the true star of the show. But here's the real question. Do you think Benny Blanco deserves more spotlight as an artist himself, or should he remain the mastermind behind the hits? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of Benny Blanco's life, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and check out our playlist for more celebrity bios and hidden truths. Who should we cover next? Maybe another hitmaker like Max Martin? Or should we dive into Selena Gomez's side of the story? The choice is yours. Until then, this was All About Celebrities, where we bring you the stories behind the stars.